Somebody called a fire department. We are cooking. We dropped a 4-2 night on our last MLB picks. Astros delivered the bag. Guardians cashed like bandits. And even the Mets decided to join the party. Yankees, let's just say they left us hanging harder than a group chat on red. But profit is profit, and that's why we do it. Welcome back to Split Labs. If you're new here, this is where we break down the games with our very own data, spot winners, and roast a few teams along the way. And hold up. We just reached 100 plus YouTube subscribers. That's 100 sharp bettors, and probably a couple of our friends just trying to steal our Wi-Fi password. Either way, it means a lot to see this squad growing and staying sharp. Seriously, I appreciate every single one of you. If you want more winners and way less Yankee heartbreak, hit that subscribe, drop a like, and let's get into today's action. Let's lead off with game one, and before we do that, I'm just going to apologize right now for what's about to unfold. Don't roast me in the comments. We're leading off with the Yankees and Rangers, and this one's about as even as it gets on paper. Both teams basically staring at each other with the same record, and the books call it a coin flip, 50-50 win probability. But look at these splits. Rangers, plus 1.5, absolutely buried with action. 83% of bets, 99% of the money. Translation? The world wants Texas to keep this close. Yankees minus 1.5, only 17% of bets and 1% of the money. It's basically just Yankees fans and the one guy who still wears Jeter jerseys to brunch. On the money line, we're seeing only 14% of bets and 5% of the money on Yankees. And then a Texas Stampede Rangers, 86% of bets, 95% of the money. Everyone's fading the pinstripes like they just blew another ninth inning lead. Total is at 8.5, and the under is getting a lot of love. 93% of bets, 99% of the money. This is a public avalanche. When's the last time you saw an under get this much love? Even the scoreboard operators taking the under. You might be wondering, how did we get here? The Yankees are supposed to be the most public team in baseball. Usually, if there's a pinstripe logo on the board, everyone's lining up to back them, but not today. The public's pretty much abandoned ship, and honestly, I can't blame them. Let's be real. Since mid-June, the Yankees have been brutal. One of the worst records in the league and finding new ways to blow games every night. The bullpen, collapsing like a cheap lawn chair. Boone's making galaxy brain calls that just backfire. Even the diehards are starting to fade him, and you can feel the frustration. It's gotten so bad, even legends like Jeter and A-Rod have been roasting the team on national TV. You know it's rough when Derek Jeter is publicly questioning your fundamentals and Alex Rodriguez is out here talking about accountability. That's not a good sign. That's why you're seeing a public avalanche on Texas here.
Real quick, if you're into breakdowns like this, you'll love what we've got going on at splitlabs.net. We track public betting splits across every sport. NBA, MLB, NFL, you name it. Plus matchup insights, team rankings, and even prop predictors to help you spot edges before the lines move. This isn't just picks. It's the same data the books are using to set prices, and we make it easy to read and actually use. You can try it free for 7 days, and if you like it, use code YouTube for 50% off your first month. No BS, no sportsbook affiliation, just clean, transparent data for smarter betting. All right, back to the breakdown.
All right, rolling into Toronto versus Colorado, a matchup where the books are basically daring you to take the over. Let's call it what it is. The Blue Jays are laying minus 205, so nobody's trusting the Rockies to win. But the real action, it's all about that total. Check these splits. Over 11.5 is getting hammered. 69% of bets, 95% of the money. Everybody's seeing those last two games, both soared over 12 and thinking, it's Coors, it's an auto fire over, right? Here's where it gets interesting. The public's got recency bias on full blast. 2 high-scoring games, and suddenly it's like runs are free. But if you actually look closer, this is usually when the books make their money. They hike the total, get everybody to chase the trend, and then drop a 7-4 final just to remind everyone who's boss. I mean, trusting the Rockies and Blue Jays offense to show up for a third straight game, that's a level of faith I just don't have. Betting on Colorado bats is like trusting a Tinder date who shows up late and forgets your name. Maybe it works out, but you're probably getting ghosted. Don't get me wrong, Coors can explode, but these totals always look juiciest right before they go dry. The books know you're chasing that run parade, so the value flips to the side nobody wants, the under. So here's the play. I'm fading the public and going under 11.5. It's ugly, it's sweaty, and nobody's going to like it until it's 6-3 in the ninth and you're cashing while everyone else is waiting for a miracle. Official pick, under 11.5. Hold your nose, trust the numbers, and let's make the Rockies offense disappoint. Before we hit our last game, quick reminder, if you want up-to-date betting splits, sharp money moves, and all the data you see in these videos, head to splitlabs.net, use promo code YouTube for a 50% off discount. We're not affiliated with any sports books, and we don't promote other services or try to sell you picks. Split Labs is built by bettors for bettors. We just want you to win. No gimmicks, no hidden agendas, just the best tools in the game without people in your ear trying to steer you in the wrong direction. And as always, hit that like and subscribe. If you're not ready to sign up for the site, we provide a bunch of free options like these YouTube videos right here, as well as some data on our Twitter and IG. All right, let's close it out with Baltimore and Philly, a matchup that's got all the drama of a reality show reunion, but way more money on the line. So Philly steps in as the solid favorite, and honestly, you'd think it's a lock just by looking at the records. The Phillies have been rolling at home, the Orioles are under 500, but then you peek at these splits, and it's a different story. Let's talk run line first. Phillies minus 1.5. The money is insane. We're talking 95% of all cash on Philly to cover. This isn't just public hype. This is every big spender, every system play, every guy who swears he has an algorithm hammering the Phillies to win by 2. But here's the kicker, you almost never want to be holding the ticket that everyone has. When you see this much lopsided action, the books aren't sweating, they're smiling. Moneyline gets even juicier. Baltimore, 45% of the bets, but a whopping 74% of the money. That's not random. That's the sharp bettors, the ones who move lines, coming in heavy on the underdog. It's not the crowd, it's not the cousin from out of town. It's the people who bet serious money and don't care about logos or trends. Translation, the Orioles are getting sharp love to pull off the upset, and that always makes me pause before automatically tailing the favorite. Totals, little less crazy, but still sneaky. The over is getting 54% of bets, but only 39% of the money. Flip it, and the unders got 61% of the money on just 46% of bets. What does that tell you? Bigger bets are banking on a lower scoring, tighter game. So here's where I land. If you want to ride the crowd and cash with the masses, go ahead and sweat the Phillies minus 1.5 in the over. But just know history isn't kind to the side everyone loves. For me, I'm leaning in with the sharps. Give me Orioles ML for the upset juice. This has books need the dog written all over it, and that's exactly where I want to be. If the O's bullpen doesn't melt down, we're in for a fun sweat and possibly a nice payout. Official picks, Orioles ML. Fade the noise, follow the money, and let's close out this card with some sharp action. And that's a wrap for today's slate. If you're tailing, fading, or just here for the drama, let me know what you're riding with in the comments. I want to see your best picks, boldest fades, or just your hottest MLB takes. Don't be shy, drop them below. If you got value out of this video, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and don't forget, splitlabs.net, promo code YouTube for all the tools built by bettors for bettors. No picks to buy, no weird affiliate deals, just straight up data and a squad that wants to see you win. Let's keep the momentum rolling, cash some tickets, and I'll catch you on the next one. Winners only.